Chronify can help you schedule panel interviews fast and without needing to go back and forth around availability, and also work with more complex scenarios. So we'll show you two scenarios. So what happens is the first step is to set up a template in Chronify. Once this template is set up for the panel interview, you can reuse it as many times as possible. So let's start to create one. So in this first example, let's say we have one hiring manager that needs to be in the interview, and then we have a pool of team members of which two are needed to also attend. So the first definition that you will make is who are these people that need to be in there. So in this case, we'll create one group with the hiring manager. In this case, let's say Mark is the hiring manager, and yeah, he's just one, but he's required. So you've created the first selection rule. Then let's say we also have team members that you want to include. And here let's say we have 4 team members. You can add as many as needed. Can be a bigger pool too, if that makes sense. But here, let's say we have these 4 team members, and 2 of them, based on optimal availability, also need to attend the panel interview. So now that you've defined these roles or the people that need to be in there, you can create the templates. So in this case, we'll create it for account manager, test role. And once you've created, when you're creating the template, what you can do here is select the selection rules you just created. So in this case, we'll say the hiring manager is always going to be the host of the event. And then we also want to have 2 of the 4 team members that are selected from this other selection rule. The next thing to have a look at are the meeting details. So let's say this is a 1.5 hour meeting. We want to give the candidate a 14-day period to actually have the meeting. And we keep the minimum notice at 24 hours for the panelists. So if you go to the next section, this is the invitation. So what you can do here is say panel interview account manager. And what the candidate will see is basically this in the invitation that they receive. So this is going to be the title. And if you want to add any description, you can. So as this also automatically triggers the feedback form, you might want to add a tag here too for the panel interview to make sure that once it's done, that the relevant people receive the feedback form via lever. Conferencing can always go to default, and then you've created a template. So once this template is created, you can reuse it as many times as needed. And how you will use it is, instead of now requesting availability or scheduling or manually comparing calendars, it's very simple. You send an email to the candidate directly with the actual booking link that we just created in the template. So when you go to the extension, if you go here, you see use a template, and these are all the templates that are basically in the system. In this case, we take the account manager test role, and all the information is being copied in here that you've added in the template. So if you want to attach a file, you can. Otherwise, you only need to click on create invite link, and the link will be created and ready to share with the candidates. So what the candidate will receive is the booking link. And that means that when they confirm a slot, that we will automatically calculate and make sure that the right or selected panelists, interviewers, receive a notification and an invitation in their calendars. And what you will also see is, if you look on the candidate profile, is that it will show you the interview here too. So in this case, we see that Mark was the hiring manager, so he's in there for sure. And then Serena and Dennis were selected as the other 2 team members for this panel interview. And that's how you can create a panel interview with Chronify in Lever.